Rusty,
So
why do you have to use nuclear batteries? Jeez.
Nuclear batteries?
Yeah, he makes a successful device, but he has to put nuclear batteries, not regular batteries. Ugh.
That doesn't sound good.
Nope.
nuclear batteries are fine, as long as they're fusion-based and not fission-based. If it's fission-based, all you have is an RTG, and those are very dangerous.
Yeah. Look at has a little bandana. That's cute.
Apparently, you can pet the dog in Baba.
Thankfully, the YouTube guy has been up to date recently, so I've been able to see Rick's recent changes with like the background.
Yep.
Oh,
like the lower outer third. I don't know what you would call it.
Lower.
Bandito work.
You mean like the left margin?
Yeah, so lower third is the thing you usually say where it's like the text that's in the bottom of like a news broadcast or something.
Oh.
This kind of fulfills that same thing.
Okay.
It's called the lower third, even though it's sometimes like only an eighth of the height or whatever. It's just the vernacular.
Now we need like a CNN ticker. You know, just like I'm using fake house pets headlines. You know.
Oh yeah, Milton Fortune up 10%.
Yeah. Local omnipotent Griffin turns everybody into camels.
Real cuteness has reached infinite levels. In addition, the sky is blue, fire is hot, water is wet. These are all facts that you cannot dispute.
Disaster. Catnip prices are dropping 20%.
Big news here in Babylon Channel 5 Action News. A recent catnip heist has been talked by some as the greatest greenery robbery the world has ever seen.
No.
If anybody knows, the owner of this, Maxwell Von Carmel, please give us a hoot. Also, I made up that name. His name's not Maxwell Von Karma. But I always had a funny feeling that Maxwell's middle name was Von.
I definitely feel like if Maxwell tried to like steal catnip or something, it would absolutely be that one scene from SpongeBob where he's like, "Put the money in the bag," and they're just like checking your savings account, sir. And he just makes a normal withdrawal.
Or he just smiles and says, "Oh, that's too cute. Let's let him rob us. We'll be out of the internet."
The humans in the house pet universe seem unnaturally unguiled by the cuteness of the characters.
Well, I mean, I think we for like that in real life too. It's just that they're 20% more likely to do it in house pets.
Maybe it's just subjective perception, and they're all actually kind of ordinary looking.
Maybe.
You know, Grape's not really purple. Etc. etc.
Oh, don't ruin that kind of stuff for me.
They're actually on all fours and talking really annoying, squeaky animal voices.
I don't want to think of Grapes purple for not being natural. No.
I've ruined the magic. Yeah. Oh, hey, Ray.
Hello, Ray. Hello.
Hello, Ray.
Oh, who do we have in chat tonight?
I see Frederick, I see Boxer, I see Baxter, I see Brony, and I see Ectobonies with their first chat message. Hello, Ectobonies. Wiggle, wiggle, waggle to you as well.
Also, I heard Frederick talk about this, but there's some sort of a broken level or patch in this game when it came out.
So,
Yes, there are some broken levels in this game.
So some of these levels are going to be impossible to beat, or alternately too easy.
Well, he said when it released, so I assume that might mean there's an update that was made, but knowing console things, it probably
Yeah.
hasn't gone through yet.
Nice.
Says
That's a
it's
lot.
patched on
That's
Steam, but Switch will take long.
I was playing Death Row Canada, and they haven't patched that for 2 years, and they have
Yeah.
updated constantly on Steam. I'm like, but they said they'll update on Steam or Switch.
Mhm.
Also, we noticed this a lot lately on the news, but yeah, it should have been some I should have foresaw. But ever since Smash got Zora in, we knew that every company out there knew it's time to throw in their Smash version of the game now. And now we got the multiverse, and we got Nickelodeon All Stars, and but one thing that I was really shocked, I mentioned to Rick the other day, but they got Arya Stark in the multiverse with Bugs Bunny and Superman and all that, and I'm like, that is a really deep age gap.
We're basically like closing in on some sort of like Omni franchise game that's like Space Jam 2. It's just
Mhm.
everything.
Speaking
know,
of which, I can't wait to see the Space Jam characters. Lola Bunny's probably going to be in there.
I'm okay with that.
I can totally see them doing that. One big plus, though, is the multiverse got voice acting, and that's all I need. The other one doesn't. That's such a missed opportunity, Nickelodeon. How could you?
Hey, voice acting is expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, it's... You want the heart and soul of the character. Come on!
That's fair.
Hmm.
I've got the Katamari soundtrack quietly playing in the background.
Ba 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 ba.
You got Kevin Conroy's Batman. Yes. That's what I mean.
Is push. That is push. They look like wall masters from Zelda 1.
Yeah.
Boss was saying, how dare you, Jonas? Restore the magic.
Sorry, once it's gone, it can't be returned. You know how it is. It's like childhood.
Childhood's
No.
still good.
No more magic for you. Or anyone.
Rude.
Yep.
Santa is not real and Jesus was a liar.
And the Easter Bunny was just a regular bunny who lays eggs.
You know, like regular bunnies do.
Yeah. I mean, you can't say you have. You can't say you haven't seen it or whatever.
We don't know every creature that's ever existed. Who knows? Maybe there is a bunny that lays eggs.
Yeah. And I feel real sorry for him.
It's kind of weird.
Oh dear, these escalators are escalating. Okay.
Oh. Oh. Oh, you're making hands.
How dare you make hands at me?
It's like making eyes, but more more grabby.
I see.
Where's Stoker? Hold on. Ah, Stoker's on his way.
Hooray.
Exactly.
For a second, I thought you just said Ray, and I was going to be very pedantic of just like, yes, that is your name. Good job.
Hooray.
Hello, Roof.
No,
I'll
you
say
say,
hello.
no, if I say hooray, Ray has to say me, Ray. Because that's right. Yeah, I'm so clever.
Mhm.
I gotta figure out a way to cheese this level.
Cheese it.
Yeah,
Cheese.
Baba is cheese.
we don't even need belts.
Papa soy queso.
Baba's like queso. Mm. I just assumed Baba is a bunny. You know, I mean, that seems like the most. He's the bunny that lays the eggs.
You know what? That's probably not too far from it.
It's canon now.
Thinking about funny the other day, I was thinking that I was reading up about the most famous ex-boyfriends for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It's actually Todd, the vegan. Oh, I was laughing at that. I say, well, is this in a world where everyone that's buff is liked, or is it just because he's a vegan? And then they say, yeah, he's vegan.
I need to read the comics. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of stuff that just didn't make it into the movie for time reasons. Like
Yeah, like the Skrunkle Oak.
yeah, thank you, Stoker. No, like Todd punching a hole in the moon or whatever.
Oh yeah, he did do that. Like Ramona's telling the backstory of when they were kids,
Right.
or like teenagers and dating, and she's all like, and to prove his love for me, he punched a hole in the moon, and Scott's just like, oh, so that's why there's a hole in the moon.
Yeah, I know like bits and pieces because I've been.
That's a great piece of world building right there. Just like, oh yeah, that is a thing I remember happening.
It's like, I always wondered about that. Okay. Anyway, hi everybody.
Hello.
Let's go.
I was Stoker.
His name is Stoker. He was a Slooker.
Okay, there you go. For a minute there, you sounded very echoey, like you're kind of far away from the mic.
Oh yeah, it's because I was far away from the mic.
He's in
Well.
Pennsylvania.
No, I'm in no Pennsylvania. That's what my Twitter
Oh.
profile says.
Look at you.
I had someone once interpret that as me living in Pennsylvania, which is really funny to me. I can completely see how that would be, how you would get that interpretation, but no, I'm just making a dumb Dracula and no pants joke.
Nice.
As is my want.
Yeah, I was gonna say that kind of explains
Is it-
Stoker pretty well. There's no pants and Dracula.
There's a piece of ice right there at the end.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
And we
Is
get-
ice like destroy? Oh, ice is defeat. Okay, there you go.
Yes. That almost solves this entire thing.
Almost.
Well, I was almost impressed. No, I'm just-
Dang, savage.
yeah, burn. No, I'll behave myself.
That'll be the day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That'll be the day when I die. So, how's everyone doing tonight? What's everyone up to?
I'm fiddling around with OBS because I completely uninstalled Streamlabs and I'm now migrating everything over, and it's a bit of a hassle. But yeah, it's gonna be my stage is gonna be awesome and pretty when it's all done.
So what's the alternative to Streamlabs?
Depends on what you're talking about. I mean, OBS is for streaming. You know, that's the client. But
Right.
you also need something for moderation. You know, a bot of some sort, and you also need like something for alerts if you do those. You know,
Mhm.
overlays and whatnot. So I had to, I went to Stream Elements and for the alerts and
Stream Elements. That's what I'm looking.
yeah, and just regular OBS for stream client stuff.
Stream of majiggies.
Yes.
Honkamaflongas.
Yeah. Very good.
Mhm.
And now it's mostly just a matter of mopping things up.
Saying Honkamaflongas reminded me of that one post about the anime. It's like there's this schoolgirl and she's got big badonka honkaderos.
God.
Nice bobbies.
That's Bobby.
And then this other girl comes along and she's got even bigger honkaflongas. I mean, giant honkabonka donkahers.
Joker,
Yes.
you've gone too far.
Or have
You
I
have
not
to be-
gone too far enough?
You've got to be stopped.
Hey, you're going too far with those badonka
Ah,
Baby.
I'm here just playing Final Fantasy V. Well, over the weekend, I forgot how tough this game was. Wow.
What's your
Hi.
Go ahead, sorry.
I've been working a lot this week, trying to get a thing finished before Thanksgiving week, so we can have it appear in New York and do a thing. You know.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah, the presentation thingy.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a
we're all
moment.
saying this, and I'm thinking, hey, where's candy corn? No candy corn.
Oh, okay.
Candy corn.
All right.
Oh, what's that?
Nani?
If it wasn't for that ice is not wind down there, this would be very simple.
It's almost like they thought of that, and so
Yeah.
they put a thing in there to make it not happen.
Those
I don't
bastards.
want to do the way that they expect me to do this.
Right.
Always get a lazy person to do a hard job because they will find the easiest way to do it. There's definitely something said for the mentalities of certain kinds of people and how much they value optimization. There's always a big thing in game design that says players will, without failure, players will optimize the fun out of your game. They will always go for the more powerful, more effective choice than the one that is more fun.
Yeah. I mean,
Perhaps that means that is the one that's more fun.
When they say optimize the fun out of the game, I mean, yes, technically, but that's also like overlooking the fact that optimization is itself fun.
That's what I was saying.
Well, I think they consider it to be defeating in the point that it has a negative effect on your retention rate, right? The person will get their optimization done and then just be, okay, I don't want to play this game anymore. Whereas if they literally are stopped from doing that kind of optimization, they will play the game for longer and have more engagement with it.
Yeah.
Or where it gets to the point where they optimize the game without even playing the game, and then they've optimized the game so they don't want to even buy it.
Yeah.
They'll optimize the game, make a YouTube video about how to optimize the game, show other people how to optimize the game, other people will optimize the game, and then nobody buy the game. And then you have to file for Chapter 11. No, I'm just kidding.
Now you're just talking about like Path of Exile builds. It's like everyone just theory crafts the best build and doesn't actually play the game. They're like, oh, if we get like these 6 perfect rolls in this one item, then we have 9 million DPS, and it's insane. Also,
It was kind of problematic in the other way with that, with like how the whole skill tree thing works in the first place.
It's not the skill tree that's a problem. The skill tree is completely deterministic. It's the items that suck. At least for me, because
for someone who has system mastery, yeah, it's not much of a problem. But for like a new player, it's daunting, and it feels like every skill point you're given is a trap.
Oh yeah. Yeah, learning the skill tree is definitely a nightmare. A process that in and of itself takes hundreds of hours to rock it.
The thing that inspired it, I think, was the sphere grid from Final Fantasy X, at least aesthetically. But there's a big difference there, mostly in that, one, it's just a single-player game, and you can eventually get everything, so it doesn't quite matter so much what you pick, because you have the opportunity to get everything eventually. And even if you do screw up, you have 7 characters, so you screwed up one character of your 7. In a game you only play with 3 characters at a time anyway.
Yeah, whereas in Path of Exile, at max level, you have 125 skill points. The entire tree is 2,000.
Imagining Path of Exile with teleport nodes.
I mean,
oh yeah, just hop to the other side of this the tree. Just no problem.
Not the other side, but there is an item called
because of course there is.
Yeah, it basically lets you just start to pick up passive skill points without actually having to path towards them. You're just like, oh, I want that one over there, and that one over there, and that one over there.
I like how because push ends with SH and shift starts with SH. It looks like it's saying push and shift.
Oh, like, it does.
Horizontally.
Nice.
Was push and shift ever ones that they let you use, like, the lettering on? Or the ones where you, like, partially assembled the words?
What do you mean?
So, like, there's the layer levels
It's not really five.
where they have, like, ba. Just the letters B-A is a tile, and then another one that's ba. So you put those together and you get Baba. So you can have Baba is thing, but the word Baba is spread out over 2 tiles. And then you can use that for, like, I don't know if you can use the ba one for anything else, but there's ones where it's like you can, like, halfway construct words and then just in the middle of a movement have them sort of shifted and changed.
Nice.
That's devious.
So I think one of them was Kiki. So you could have one word would be K-E, key. You have another one of key. And then you'd have another word that's just the letter Y. So you could assemble Kiki and key. You could change that out or, like, use the second half of Kiki in order to make key vertically.
That's getting too next level for me. I don't know if I can handle that.
That kind of
Okay,
stuff
you
got
didn't.
very interesting, especially in the post-credits scene, because basically they gave you a bunch of letters and you had to sort of, like, make up words, and every time you made a word that was actually part of the syntax, it would show you a piece of concept art.
Yeah, when you say post-credit scene, I picture something like a Marvel post-credit scene where there's some weird twist at the end.
Yeah, it's all part of the Baba cinematic universe.
Yeah, and before Adam Warlock
BCU.
shows up in Baba Is You.
God.
Baba is MCU. Someone had to say it.
Yeah, Baba is Miku.
Miku.
Baba is Keikaku.
Everything is
Kikaku.
going according to Babaku.
Babaku. Keikaku means plan.
Why did you say it like Heath Ledger's
I
Joker?
was gonna say you.
You were the first one to do that.
Oh, was I?
Yeah, remember the clip? You know,
Well, then how dare you take over my bit?
everything is going according to Keikaku. Keikaku means plan.
Your face means plan.
That's rude.
That- Yeah, that seems very, very much like something his character would say.
I don't remember what the game was, but Stoker definitely said that.
Yeah, you're probably right. That does sound very much like me.
I should have just been like, "Yeah, I thought of that all by myself." What do you think, Stoker?
Mhm.
Maybe you should use that sometime.
You monster. Excuse me.
You are not excused.
Oh no!
How dare
I
you.
need this job.
Baba Big Mouth.
I like how we're all so quiet.
Well, I mean, I'm sort of grooving to the soundtrack, but yes.
I want to have I want to say like a Baba's used golf tournament where everybody's just quietly whispering and watching.
Baba prefers his golf tournament talk, so we gotta be quiet.
Yeah.
And here we see the Baba in its natural habitat of 2D land, where it romps around, joyously solving puzzles left and right, trying to avoid the terrible fate of its many, many temporally adjacent predecessors of dying because they forgot that one rule in the corner that said destroy.
Like all rabbits, Baba occasionally reverses time and puts everything back the way it was.
Is Baba a rabbit? Is that what Baba is?
I'm just going with it, okay? Baba looks like the Frank Kozik bunny, so my mind says rabbit.
Like Baba is bunny.
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 But is Baba real?
I mean, here, let me just
From the Concerned Children's Advertisers.
let me just show you the Frank Kozik bunny in case you haven't seen it, for comparison's sake. I mean, this guy looks like Baba, like when he put in too much time at the office.
Baba is overworked.
Baba is midlife crisis.
Baba is blue.
But it's a vacation. Baba's been working 40 hours a week for 26 years.
Oh. Baba needs to cut down on his smoking.
You know what? I just realized. Did you guys ever have the Concerned Children Advertiser commercials over in the States?
Not really. We had different kinds of ad council things, which I think is the US version of it.
Mm.
They weren't
Is it like
educated focused.
Is it like kids being like, "Don't smoke, you make us sad," that kind of thing?
It's most. There is some ones like that, yeah, and they're pretty scary. But the one, but they have ones like don't always believe what's on television.
Yeah.
That
Do you remember the one that it was the guy was trying to sell drugs to a kid? There was like puppets. There was an older guy trying to sell drugs to kids, and they're just like, "No, f*** you," and they walked away. And then he like took off his sunglasses, and he had like lizard eyes.
What? Oh, I do remember that.
That one was fucking weird.
No, I have to admit I didn't, but I'm looking it up right now to find out.
I don't remember this one either. I really want to see this now. I do remember some really weird
I think this is a Canadian thing, and I only know about it because Lloyd and Grady Bren talks about this kind of shit.
There was one in the 80s. Imagine that, me referencing to me, where it was like a whole dance number. The little thing put you in to take it drugs. You gotta ride, yeah. And the whole thing was choreographed, and it was amazing.
It was.
Yeah. And like it was great. It was it looked like some kind of weird like West Side Story number. It was perfect.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
This is just a cut scene from West Side Story.
This one seems a little mean, but there's one where they had a kid where he walks out of a grocery a store with $1, and for some reason he didn't spend it. But suddenly he drops it and it starts flying away. He has to chase it. For almost it's just him chasing the dollar. He gets tired. And what does the end of the video say? Stay fit.
Yeah. I liked the PSAs where they were like, marijuana is the gateway drug to cocaine and heroin and Satan. You know, just like
you go to hell and you die.
Yeah, you smoke one joint.
Just remember, Luigi, you go to hell before you die.
My God.
Good times.
What a glorious
Only 90s
decade.
kids remember.
Only 90s kids.
Oh, there's what I always remember. And it's real messed up, but basically they had your brain as a bunch of wires, and then they had like wire clippers that kept clipping your brain and showed the brain at the end of it, like literally with wires all over the place, messed up and everything.
GC, did they do the fried egg PSA in Canada?
Oh yes, I remember that one.
Okay.
Oh.
This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
This is
Hilariously, the one people remember most is where Freddy hits him in the face. Says, "Yeah, what are you doing?"
Oh yeah. I almost forgot about that. Good times.
It really was.
Stay fit, kid, or a bunch of girls are gonna run up to you and kiss you and give you cooties.
Oh no, not cooties. It's the worst.
Yeah.
I honestly thought cooties were a made-up thing as a kid.
Are you implying they're not?
Well, I mean, are they supposed to be like headlights or something?
No,
It's not specified. It's never been specified what cooties are.
I was always told cooties was just getting a blush on the cheeks.
I thought it was.
It's the thing adults got when they get attracted to each other.
Okay, so there was, those like folding paper things where like you pick different numbers and then like you get different options. Like oh, you got number 2.
Yeah, the paper fortune tellers.
Yeah. One of my friends at elementary would draw little bugs on some of the leaves that you fold out, and she'd be like, "Oh no, you got cooties!" So I just assumed cooties was like headlights, but I was misled.
I think cooties comes from somewhere, but I don't think any kid ever would know what it is. So
They just basically chalked it up to germs. They had to do the math themselves, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Also,
you don't vaccinate against head lice, so.
Yeah. Simon, of course, brought up the one that everybody probably remembers at this point. Don't put it in your mouth. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't stuff it in your face. Don't stuff it. Okay.
Don't put marbles in your nose. Do not put them
God. That's still
funny
my
thing about
favorite thing in home
the
movies.
The funny thing about it, this commercial was annoying, but because this was the longest children advertiser commercial, like they gave that one ran like 3 minutes, I think it was. Every time it came on, that was the longest commercial back then. And I said, "Wow, guys, really? You put on this long commercial during kids shows?"
Now, GC, did they have I Learned It by Watching You in Canada? Did they have that one?
What was it?
The dad's like, "Where'd you find this stuff? Why did you smoke a marijuana?" The kid's like, "I learned it by watching you."
Yes, actually, I remember that one.
All right.
Let me see here.
Okay, finally.
Nice. Well done.
I don't feel that accomplished.
Yeah. The advice I've always heard is be careful what you say and do around kids. They might actually be listening.
Sorry, what'd you say? I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
The basic idea shown here followed me throughout the game's development. I tried to increase its complexity in various ways, but ultimately the extra parts were just in the way.
Stoker, are you trying to imply that you are a kid?
At heart.
Aren't you the oldest one in this group?
No.
Not at heart.
I'm
Actually, Jonas is older than me.
I'm
That's
the
true.
oldest. 44.
Okay.
Jonas is ancient.
Yeah, I'm the stream daddy.
He's the stream daddy.
Oh, another one I just remembered is the one where it switched from black and white. They're in the backseat of a car, smoking marijuana and all that. And it's like, yeah, we're not calling them a loser or anything. We're the cool guys. And then the film just starts with a big buzz. Says, "Can you spot the losers?"
I've always wanted to make my own PSA and just make it like utterly over the top.
No, really, you?
Yeah, I mean, if we were still living together, I'd totally just like get you in like a video cam and we just I'd just make it perfect. It would be amazing.
Now, what would it be about? Would it be about not putting on cursed collars, or would it be like?
No, I would be like, totally do it. Totally do it.
I mean, it would be the dangers of marijuana, but it would be completely and utterly over the top. Like it would make no sense at all.
I would suggest you look up the bit for Learning Ready Run did a bit. I think it was called the Mary J. or the drug talk. I forget what it was called, but it was like these high school kids are in a classroom and they're being talked to by an officer, and he just starts like talking about. He's like, "Okay, so you kids been doing." Or have you kids ever seen the Mary J, the Whoopie Snap, the Diddly Hop, the Scooby Doo? He just like starts making up all these weird nicknames for it, and they're just like, "What are you talking about?"
No, like my PSA would be like, okay, have you ever seen like old Super Sentai shows like Zyranger, where like when they have to have a character explode, they do a bad cut between like a bad between like the
like a
the
dummy
power
version of it.
yeah, the Power Ranger punches them, and the next time they're like that. Like it would be like that, but with drugs. Like marijuana can kill you, the drug pusher's like, hey, you want to try something? He's like, no, and then it just like the joint just touches his face, and the kid explodes.
Isn't that what happens?
It would make no sense at all.
Oh, there we go. Simon says it's called drugs.
Nice.
Fantastic.
But yeah,
10 out of 10.
my PSA would educate kids about the danger of like marijuana making you explode spontaneously.
Again, isn't that just what happens?
I ran out of Katamari. Every time you try a joint, Satan gets a new pair of shoes. I don't know.
Well, I mean, listen, he's had that old pair for a long time.
Just sequences like marijuana is also known as the devil's salad, and it just has like a 60s style Satan guy with the mustache and the goatee and like the trident, just like he's having a salad, and there's like little there's like little faces, and they're like, yeah, we're doomed souls, etc. It would be so utterly ridiculous.
The damned or the devil's croutons.
I just need to, yeah, exactly. I need to find a way to do this. I just need to make this happen.
Unfortunately, the technology just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I was just looking up on YouTube right quick, but I remember. Did anybody remember the one where the mother reads the story about the raccoons? Don't eat anything but apples. Apples are good for you.
I don't think I've seen that one.
No, okay, it's probably a Canadian one only then.
If you can find that, GC, shoot me the link. I'm kind of curious now.
Exclusive Canadian only content.
That there is there is a collection of them on someone has it on YouTube. I just put it in the Discord.
Well, I know National Film Board of Canada.
God, they've got a lot of bizarre things.
Yeah, they do, and I haven't seen most of them because I don't know where to look. So yeah.
I put it right there.
Oh, let me see. I love this stuff. Oh my god, this is awesome. I don't know if you guys had this one, but this one is pretty memorable. The one where the rats don't touch the cheese on the mousetrap. That was actually a pretty fun, clever one. I will have to look at these at length later, but this is awesome. I don't think I've seen any of these.
We're the rats.
I haven't seen.
We spent the night. We're the rats.
I'm the giant rat who makes all the rules.
I'm the giant rat who makes all the rules.
But yeah, most of
I
these
don't
ones
even
in
know
the
if
video,
I've seen that full video. I just know the jokes.
We all know the jokes. And the jokes know us. The jokes are coming from inside the house.
I'm glad that Jerma has taken his success and turned it into being an Art Nouveau director.
What else would you do with it?
I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah, Where the Rats. That's what it's called. The one with the rats and the mousetrap.
So, as I was looking through these ancient level ideas, I got multiple ideas for variants. So some of these variant levels are new in the sense that they were created for the museum.
All right.
Oh, the Unkiki's melt is available right there. I know what to do. This is completely different from the original solution.
The weirdest one I remember, the one I found that was the weirdest one, the PSA, is the one where the needle basically, basically they use the needle to suck up all the dirt off the ground, and then somebody throws it, smashes it into pieces. And I'm like, wow, that's surreal right there. And it reminds me of something right out of a Nightmare on Elm Street episode.
You know, it'd be funny if this guy came up with a museum level where the sign was an element.
I mean, I wouldn't make a bet that that's not going to be a thing.
It would just be like the right kind of subversive.
Mm-hmm.
I also said when I was watching that, I said, this commercial can pretty much give you a fear of needles, you know, if you're a kid.
Yeah.
Wow, stop. No, Wally, stop.
And do hyperspeed move. Tricky. Cedric, if you idle, you just walk one tile. Yeah, I sort of remember that, but not in time to do anything about it.
No.
Well, you know what they say.
Hey, Libby.
Alright,
One day, Stoker,
backstage.
you're gonna have to actually say what they say, and that'll be.
I can't. They are the ones who say it.
Got you there, didn't I, sucker?
Oh, you know what they say. Knee and all those other words.
Yeah, icky, patang, zoom.
What? Did you say icky patang?
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
I
the
did.
nice to say knee and the other words.
Oh, right, that's right. I forgot the other. I forgot the other ones. I only remember the knee.
Come along now, Jonas. Keep up with your Monty Python references.
Yeah, it's been only.
Yeah,
like
come on,
50
man.
years.
This is cutting edge, brand new comedy
Right.
Yeah.
Jack the Python the Mumphy up.
that nobody else has ever done
I had-
before or since.
I had one friend who was super into Python, like deeply. He had the CD collection. And like, you can't really appreciate it when you're just listening to it. You know, that was my first exposure. So I was like, okay, I don't get what's so funny about this. You know?
Wow, Jonas, are you saying that it was weird and surreal and devoid of context and nonsensical? Why weren't you into that?
Yeah, right.
You're like, I'm not into that as a comedy act. I'm into that as a lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm into that as a spiritual choice.
Hmm. There's got to be a certain verisimilitude to it that the recorded medium just doesn't have.
It lacks that certain special je ne sais quoi.
Mm-hmm. Ah, oui, parlez français?
How does that gag work in French? That's what I'm wondering. Like, what are they? I mean, je ne sais quoi means, you know, I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what. But like, there's a French dub of. I know there's a French dub of Beauty and the Beast. So what does he say? Anyway.
I mean, they just say je ne sais quoi. That's where it comes from.
Right, but all right. You know what? Shut your face.
Non c'est un... I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what the French version would be. I only know French from like little quips and phrases like non c'est un pipe or
Yeah, I'm very similar.
stuff.
I know like a few French terms from like random sources. I've never really I know more Spanish. You know, I picked up a fair amount of Spanish in LA.
Mm-hmm.
But I get a lot of French speakers down there. So yeah.
My nose itches. It's all your fault, Jonas.
Well, we're just gonna chop it off.
Jonas
Alright.
was the butterfly wings that fluttered once and they caused a hurricane in wherever you are, Stoker.
Yeah.
Jonas has always been the wind beneath my wings.
I've always been the butterfly. Surprise
Yeah.
twist.
It's always been Wankersham.
It's funny, it did not get the name the butterfly. People always get this wrong. That sort of physical manifestation did not get the name the butterfly effect because of that analogy. It got that name because it's like a perfectly circular thing. There's a certain pattern that
Well, I mean,
if you play it out, it becomes a circle, and with a very, very tiny fluctuation in it, it becomes like two circles that kind of look like a pair of butterfly wings.
Right.
well, I mean, doesn't the name originally just flat out come from a Ray Bradbury short story?
Maybe?
A Sound of Thunder, you mean?
The Butterfly Effect.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Isn't that originally just a Ray Bradbury short story? I thought.
You're thinking of Sound of Thunder. The one where they go back in time and they're like, just stay on the path and don't shoot any dinosaurs and you'll be fine. And the guy's like, okay, we got by without a problem. Smushes a butterfly. And then the whole future changes. Okay, so apparently the term I'm quoting from Google. The term butterfly effect was coined by meteorologist Edward Lorenz, who discovered in the 1960s that tiny butterfly scale changes to the starting point of his computer weather models resulted in anything from sunny skies to violent storms with no way to predict in advance what the outcome might be.
So my understanding is that is the popular idea of where the phrase comes from, but that wasn't actually it.
Turns out the phrase just comes from a straight-up time traveler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The time traveler's like, oh, I gotta be careful not to tell anybody about the butterfly effect, and everyone's like, the what now?
Yeah.
And he's like, damn it, and then he goes back to the future, and because everybody knows the term butterfly effect, the future is all robots and pandas.
All right, so according to the Wikipedia article, it does come from A Sound of Thunder by Ray Bradbury. But that's,
I'm sticking with my robot panda theory, thank you.
Or we get your robot pandas. Yeah. Lorenz's computer models come from 1961.
Wasn't that the year without a Santa Claus? Look, I'm just saying words, okay?
Please, feel free.
I was gonna say that was 1984. Ray Bradbury wrote about that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the concept of Santa Claus comes from a Ray Bradbury short story.
I met him. He was super chill. Anyway,
Santa Claus? Yeah, no.
yeah, I met Santa
I met-
Claus in the 90s. No, I met Bradbury. Though, of course, he could have been Santa Claus. There's a non-zero chance of that.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen the two of them in the same room at the same time, or rest my case?
True.
Yeah, think about that.
I mean, Santa Claus does write sci-fi.
Putting that in your pizzipe and smoke it.
Brony Man, I probably wouldn't bother with the fantasy language, but if I had to actually pick one, it probably would be one of the Tolkien languages, just because he actually put some work into designing them. And then, like, I could impress, nerds at conventions by being like, "No, the limb laugh," Yeah, I like that. That was hellish.
If we're saying fantasy languages, I don't know how to make this work, but I'm gonna say Latin. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, Latin's a fantasy language because nobody can actually speak it.
The fantasy language I will learn is fantasy sports language. I don't know.
I like how even you couldn't stay committed to that bit for very long.
Fantasy sports language, so you'd become like a Blood Bowl shoutcaster.
Yes. I mean, that's my dream right there. That's what I want to be when I grow up.
You know what? It's true. All throughout his childhood, I remember Jonas telling me, "Oh, I want to be a Blood Bowl announcer."
Yeah, you were there.
Which raises a lot of questions since I didn't know him when he was a kid, but... And also, he's older than me, but...
Yeah.
You and him were at the Denny's, where he was 49 years old, and you were 5, and he couldn't stop pooing his pants at the Denny's because he ate too much, or the DQ because he had too much ice cream.
Oh, this is a Game Grumps bit, isn't it?
Oh, okay. I was like,
I almost forgot it.
I'm like, what's happening?
It's one of the most incredibly non sequitur, just 3 a.m. brain things they've ever said.
I love it when they do streams where they're just utterly exhausted and they're just running on fumes and they say the weirdest shit.
You monster, how could you do that to them? How could you personally make them do that? Yeah, that's right. I'm talking about you, Jonas. I know what you know what you did, and I know what you did, and they know what you did, and we know what you did.
I know what me did last summer.
But do you remember the 21st night of September?
Nah, not really.
That would be the autumn equinox.
You're the autumn equinox.
Okay, it's not an equinox if there's still shorter days before it and longer days after it. Or other way around.
Well, I mean, at that moment, it is the equinox.
But it's not an equinox. It's not the longest day of the year, nor the shortest day of the year.
Look, are you okay?
No,
Are you
the solstice is the longest day and the shortest day. Equinox is when day and night are equal.
You're right. No, okay.
Oh, sorry, Miller.
Hoisted.
You got to go back to calendar school.
You gotta go back to calendar.
I gotta go back to meteorological school.
Yeah.
Save the date.
I need to go spend a week measuring hailstones.
You need to spend a week measuring the week.
Randomly sized objects that would fit in my pocket.
You know, the biggest ones.
What is this P? What is this quarter? What is this nickel? Are we gonna say inches? No, we're just gonna call it random objects.
I saw one in Colorado that was about the size of like a ping pong ball. It was like unnerving.
I've seen one that was like 4 inches across.
Oh my god!
In the back seat of my dad's car because it had gone through the back windshield.
That's terrifying. Don't mess with Texas. That would be like instant kill. Like if it landed on your head. God.
Oh yeah. We've had hailstorms where like you have to get off the road and go hide in a gas station or like any parking structure because you literally cannot be without covering overhead because it is actually extremely dangerous.
God, I don't want to deal with that.
Even just the tin roof of your car overhead is not enough.
We get them here, but they're no bigger than like BBs, you know? Like that's as big as it gets out here.
It's just the weird thing with Texas where it can be like 80 degrees near noon and then at like 7 p.m. all of a sudden a cold front rolls in and then it gets to be like 20 Fahrenheit.
Right.
And it just causes the water in the air to not crystallize, but just to instantly freeze into balls.
Don't want it. Thank you. I'll pass.
I got it.
All right.
Fire is push.
I don't want to live anywhere with like tornadoes, hurricanes, heavy hail. Although oddly enough, I'm fine with earthquakes. You know, earthquakes don't scare me.
Well, I mean, you grew up with them.
Yeah, that's true.
I was gonna say, Jonas, a place that has no tornadoes, no hail, no earthquakes, no natural disasters of any kind. Yeah, I think every human would want to live there, but
I think like North Dakota's like that, but
they've got a lot of tornadoes. What are you talking about?
all right, fine, whatever, your face.
And hailstorms too.
I'm Miller and I know stuff. I've got a map.
Jonas,
I just have Google.
Jonas, are you sassing? Are you being an assassin?
He is sassing me up and down, and by God, do I deserve it.
Pocket Law in the chat says, "Oh my gosh, your avatar is adorable." Thank you.
Right.
It is actually. Frickin' West. Look at that. Look at that kangaroo-ass kangaroo.
Yeah.
In
Got the ears and the-
there is quite a lot of kangaroo ass there.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Excuse you, that's a lot of kangaroo fi. Thank you very much.
Kangaroo West speaks to Legion.
That's all dark meat right there.
I just wonder why I almost said raccoons. Why kangaroos have that one big claw with the, in the toe.
It's to eviscerate you specifically.
Yeah. Well, I've wondered if it's some kind of like kicking, hurting thing.
It's
They call that
basically
the,
a sword. So.
Wow.
Yeah, they call that the Jonas killer.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like I
thought
said,
it was like a
it's
burrowing
specifically
tool.
eviscerate you.
Look, if you want to get like karate here, they're going to use that as a finishing move.
I don't know that kangaroos dig holes that much.
They do in Jonas.
Yeah, thank you. No, but I'm looking at them fighting, and like,
kangaroos do is fight. So
yeah,
That's true. It's true. They're all practicing for the day they meet Jonas.
okay.
And they very much do not use boxing.
It's true.
Hypothetically, also, with the middle toe is the strongest when it comes to leaping. So yeah.
Remember that one really buff one that could like crush metal cans, and he had like pecs and shit.
You're really gonna have to narrow that down, dude.
I was gonna say that's like every single Eastern Grey is just giant and buff.
There was one that was like people took pictures of him because he was just jacked.
He was kangaroo jacked.
Like he had like actual like freaky veiny biceps.
Again, a lot of them actually do.
God damn it!
This is very much a common thing.
Chat knows what I'm talking about, don't you, Chat?
Do you even lift, Jonas? Do you even lift, Bronus?
Thank you.
Rodus.
The mega kikis.
Excuse me.
If I had a kangaroo character, I'd just have him be putting random stuff in the pouch. Just like whatever, you know? Like,
The kangaroos is called a mob.
And if they're crazy, they're mob psycho.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met a kangaroo, but I've pet a wallaby.
Excuse
before.
you.
What?
Did you just catch that?
What? What did I say?
No, it was what I said.
Oh, what?
Oh no, it
Oh,
was
oh, oh.
Jonas.
What did I say? What? I said I've never met a kangaroo before?
Oh yeah. Hey Jonas.
What?
Come on, you've never met a kangaroo before?
I've never met a real kangaroo.
Oh, I see how it is.
Yes.
I see how it is.
All right.
Getting
What?
no true
Wow.
Scotsman territory
You
here.
know what?
He has never met a flesh and blood kangaroo because we know that West is full of stuffing.
Oh no.
And or circuitry.
Hey, you want to know how to
And
defeat
or
the whole?
circuitry.
You want to know how to defeat the
That's
whole?
true.
no
We've
ch-
seen Inside West a couple times in that case.
I've drawn that.
Stoker?
Stop.
Stoker?
Yes.
Those drawings are technically safe for work. Don't make it weird.
Yeah, technically safe for work. The least weird kind of art.
I love stuff like that where it's like, okay, you could show this at work, but you probably don't want to.
We're going 50-50 here. Yes or no? Baka baka.
Baka.
But
Waka waka!
I
I
have.
forget. I forget where I did that. It was funny, but someone was like, "GC, how do you feel about the yellow line kind of talk?" I says, "Well, I'm like 50-50 baka baka." Such a throwaway line, but I loved it. Not just a baka, but a baka baka.
Yeah. It's like pizza.
Mm-hmm. Half and half. See? I keep doing it!
Hey man, don't let me stop you.
Don't!
Can't stop this, Jonas.
When you're on
No,
a roll, you
stop.
keep going until you crash. But I mean, I barely crash.
Nice.
But
I
when I
crashed
crash,
like a bandicoot.
And if you crash and it looks bad, well, just laugh.
I saw this incredibly cursed art of Spyro the Bandicoot, and it was just terrifying. I wish I could find it.
You're like, it was the most awful thing ever. I wish I could show you.
Yeah, I have to lessen the evil by spreading it around.
By showing us evil, you encourage our might.
It's like the Ring video.
Yeah, exactly.
That is actually how a lot of cursed internet content seems to work.
Where was it?
Trying to figure out how to get the fire to change directions. Because it's currently
fire.
facing up and down. I said to
Right.
move, it'll only move up and down, but I want it to push it left somehow, even though I have no access to push anymore.
Right. So I can't do. Let's see.
I can't change fire into me because fire is firing me as me.
Right.
If you push me into the fire, it just overlaps, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, it might do that if I set me to like that. Oh, that's right. Because fire has no substance.
Right. I don't think you can
I-
influence it.
Fire is ruleless. Oh, fire
Unless
is
they're
fire.
both move.
Boo?
Let's try
Oh.
that.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little weird, but
All right. Yeah. What happens?
Well,
push
you
me
probably
into a
just
better
take.
position.
Okay.
They do not seem to interact with each other at all, despite the fact that move has inherent push. But
Well, what if instead of making fire move, we made fire fall and then had me move it?
I don't think fall gives substance to anything either.
I was gonna say. I would just drop it. Well, try. I don't know. Try and push it, maybe.
Oh, see, now you're in the bad spot because now you can't move me down
Yeah,
without
yeah.
making it fall.
I can just say me is move.
Okay, there you go.
All right. Nope. Still insubstantial.
Fire is fall, but still insubstantial.
You can't move me. I mean, you can move me, but you can't move the me variable.
Let it be known here first. You can't move Jonas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't move the other me. Whatever.
When fire is fall and move, it will keep trying to move upward, despite the fact that it cannot.
Right. So it's just sort of bobbing now. But it's still substantial. How do you make fire tangible?
How do you touch the fire?
Yes. How do you touch the flame of creativity?
With gloves, very carefully.
With tongs. Eric, guessing the words will just intersect with fire if you If you
Yeah.
push them into... Okay.
I've tried that.
Just want... Right. Okay. Let's see. Use small. Fires move. Fire small. This is a pain in the ass. Fire me is me. Can't change that. Pop is you. Can't change that either. Wall stop. Belt shift. Whoa. That was weird. Could you... I got nothing. None but love.
And I don't know. I am basically out of ideas here.
Ooh. All right, guys, let's huddle.
Alright, come on. Come on. Okay.
And
Think.
the only other thing, like, you can still sort of access me from this side, but I have no idea how interesting that would be. You could put like an is right here. And say flag is me and turn the flag into me. But he can't do it. That me down there can't do anything. So.
What if we turn the fire into you?
Fire is fire.
Fire is fire.
That's
do that.
right. Fire is fire. Oi.
Fire is fire and me is me. That's one of the things I was looking at earlier, but yeah. They snipped that bud pretty early.
It's not like we're making philosophical statements here.
Oh yeah, I mean sure.
I mean,
Fire is fire, me is me. You is you, we is we, they is they.
This game very stealthily has some like logical stuff in it. Like it's not obvious from the outset, but there's absolutely some like T implies Q shit going on here.
I feel like
you have the word defeat, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't do anything at all except kill Baba.
Right.
Jonas, are you saying there is logic in this logical puzzle game?
All right, look. Okay.
I'm seriously asking. Like,
Okay,
I don't know what
you're-
you're saying otherwise.
You're a bird, all right? You're a bird. You go flap, flap, flap.
I am bad lawyer. I am bad lawyer. I know full of law. I know what you do illegal. No good. Bad for bad law.
Can
Oh,
you?
God.
Can Mia's
You will hear
move
from my
work?
lawyers.
Can Mia's
My
move
bird
work
lawyers.
with the tread, or I call it treadmill, but the escalator and the escalator. I forget what you call those things down there.
Belts?
Yeah, sorry, belts. Can you have me move on the belt and push Is in, and then
That's
push
the
Flag
entire.
down?
That's the entire problem with this puzzle.
Right.
Is that if I push me down this way, he will be facing up and down. That means he will go up and down right here and not actually go into any of those.
Well, hang on.
So previously, I was able to put a fire right here and give fire some kind of substance. So since I can't give fire substance anyway, that's not going to work at all.
Okay, hang on. If me falls while
Then-
moving,
Yeah, and then I had me moving back and forth, and he fell into this gap right here on top of the solid fire. And
right?
since he was moving left to right, he would go like this, so...
There really needs to
Facing
be,
this
like-
way, I make fire have no substance anymore, then he falls and turns around and goes in here.
Oh man.
What if you push foul? What if you push foul is me at the right moment? Will he fall down to the bottom?
Oh, excuse me.
All right, me's fall.
Excuse
Well,
me.
go foul is me's move, but you push foul
We do that.
Right.
and now push move. But will he go down?
He goes down into the flag.
Yeah, it goes
because
that
he
way.
doesn't turn around.
Face him. Is there any
Yeah.
way you can trigger something? Yeah. He doesn't turn around until he actually hits the wall. Oh, what a pisser!
This is what I feel
What
like. This
a
is what we gotta
pisser.
do here.
If you
I
could just
don't know how to
turn him
turn
around.
around.
If
Yeah,
you
that's
turn
what
him
I'm
around
saying.
somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
See? But he's on top
But he
of the
does.
wall
He
there.
bounces. Right.
yeah.
Oh my god.
But Jonas, if you turn around, then you're going to see my heart breaking.
Yeah.
Is there anything that can block him from walking to the flag on the bottom left?
No.
Yeah.
No, you need to have him facing to the right while in the left column, then have him fall, then reactivate move.
And he just walks through the words. I'm guessing.
No, he pushes words, I
He
believe.
okay, he pushes words.
Yeah, he pushes words.
There must be some way to turn him around because
If he pushes is, you got this. but
I
the
think
problem-
Brony Vamp has it.
Let's see. Could you position me to push flag to the left after you push it up?
Oh, I see what he's saying.
What?
There you go.
Oh.
I didn't
Does
think
that
about it that way.
Does that help you?
Yes, it should if I move all this down here, that I can access it.
Hmm.
What if you get behind him somehow? And
Now, how do you get any word into Iswin? Well, I can give up.
Me too.
Oof.
There is no solution.
There is only Zool.
I mean, maybe this is one that has no solution. I don't know.
Is this one
There
of the
are-
ones that says maintenance tunnel? Is that one of the ones that was?
I don't know. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Verify the information. And... Oh no, this one does have a solution. I take it back.
The solution is hire someone else to do it.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me take a look at the YouTube video real quick. What? Wait a minute.
I'm gonna have to restart my computer, BRB.
Okay. What? Hold on.
Baba is running in circles.
Okay,
Or
I don't know how
technically
to
squares. What?
I don't know how to describe this, Rick, but the guy the guy came up with a solution where somehow he makes me drop, and then me turns around as he drops into the little space between the belts. I'm trying to figure out what exactly he did. That
So this is a rule technicality. It sounds like.
it looks like he had Mia's move, and then right as me was moving, he switched it to Mia's fall. When Mia was suspended over the gap. That seems to be what it was. Like right as me hit the wall tile, he switched it to fall, and that put me in the gap facing right.
That's not what happens, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at it. I don't get it though. I don't get why it happened.
Let me take a look.
Here, I'll send you. You want to take a look, GC? I'll send you a link.
Sure.
1 sec. Like, I'm not sure what the exception is here. He creates Mia's move. Mia moves to the left wall, facing left. Then he switches it to Mia's fall, and Mia falls into the gap facing right.
Okay, I think I know what he did. What he did, he moved everything down one tile.
Right.
See that the where it says me is push, Rick? Just one tile above that. He put
Yeah.
everything on that row, like all the words and all the text.
Rick has the right thing right now, so just wait until me is on the left wall and then move and fall up. So,
Yeah, but when Rick
no,
does
you
it,
need to have it. Yeah, you need to have me facing the left wall on the left while you have me is blank.
Yes, on the very far left.
oh my god.
Then, okay, now you're gonna Now you're gonna move down one and then fall down one. So no, you're gonna put move underneath fall,
Yeah, like that.
and then now push move down, then push fall down.
It does the same thing.
All right, I think. Do you need to have?
What is it?
Oh no, I see what he does. I got it.
What is it?
No, so he puts me. Do you see where it says belt is shift? He puts me directly to the right of the is, and then uses text to fill in all the spaces to the right of me up until the wall above me is pushed. That way, when me tries to move to the right, it pushes against the text and it has nowhere to go.
That would be kind of obvious. Why don't you tell me any of that part?
Well, I figured you didn't want the whole solution.
That is the solution.
Yeah.
I tried to
Yeah.
say it.
So he
Okay.
has, from left to right, it's the character me is blank with move and fall above it, fire, defeat.
Oh, okay.
And that fills in that entire row so that when you do me is move, me turns to the right and then can't push anything.
Right.
Here.
Oh my god. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, this is fine. You just need 3 more spaces on the end. As long as they don't make anything. So now move and then fall.
There he goes.
There you go.
Yay, Baba is defeated. We're free of his tyranny.
Ah. That was intense.
You know what else is intense?
This
Wow.
design felt very inelegant and busyworkish, but at the same time, I'd award it some style points. If you haven't seen Eat yet, just think that the lava is harmful to Key.
Okay.
Are you gonna say like the Squamish Stoker?
I was
Why?
gonna say my last camping trip.
So we need to arrange all of this in some form. And then it is locked in place, and you need to go through the maze, sort of like the one that Papyrus gives you in Undertale.
Right. Lobby's the key.
Alright, so
Lava Eat Key. Yeah, I haven't seen Eat before.
you do that. I'm gonna look through this maze real quick and see if
Eat key. That's fun.
can we get to the end by not touching one of these things.
Baba is immutably melt.
Water is immutably hot.
Right. You'd have to.
But lava eats keys.
Right.
So water kills Baba, lava kills keys, skull kills everything.
I'm gonna say Baba is Key is Baba.
Wait a
Is
minute.
that enough?
Can't you just unstop the hedges?
Oh, we also need Key as you so they can walk.
Son, the hedge.
Hawk.
No, see, it's funny because it's this internet.
Oh my God.
thing where they edited the Sonic the Hedgehog logo and they took out most of the letters, and it's like when you see your son heading towards the hedge, and it now says "Son
On
the hedge."
Damn it!
And then they did the same thing with Shadow the Hedgehog, only it's when your son doesn't see the hedge in time, and it was Ow the hedge. It's one of my favorite stupid edits of anything.
Oh my god, I saw a video earlier today that it was the SA2 cutscene where Shadow first meets Sonic and like shows off Chaos
I
Control.
remember this one.
Except Shadow, instead of the Chaos Emerald, has a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. And then there's just a sound clip of him going, "I'm gonna make mac and cheese, and nobody can stop me!"
Isn't that how it happened?
Yeah.
As can be guessed, Swap was one of the most complicated where she designed levels around. No kidding. I added the second layer of insulation after failing to implement the idea in just one.
I'm kind of amused that he created something that was more complicated than he expected, but just rolled with it.
As all creations should be.
Oh, I mean, yeah, every game is more complicated than you expect it to be.
I guess so.
Especially that one.
Computers are unrelentingly brutal in how literal they take your instructions, and so it gets very weird to sort of make things anyway reasonable to a human.
Right.
That's why you should never try to make anything reasonable ever.
You know, they've done all the AI's creating, music and pictures and stuff. I wonder if anyone's tried to get AI to design a game.
Oh god.
There was a horror
Yeah.
game that was just released about that.
I mean, there was the AI stuff that Rick was doing with like the generated stories and stuff, right?
Yeah, but it's not a game. I mean, like a game, like with mechanics and, completely.
Did the one he was doing not have like a game interface for it? I thought there was like a sort of Zork sort of thing with that, where it would just generate scenarios.
Some
Well,
of
I
them
mean,
do, but I think that one you might have been able to program it in, but it wasn't like a default option for it.
I see. The I know there's one lady who was giving a talk at GDC about certain AI stuff that she had generated and how it's like very multi-purpose. One of the things she found is that because the AI she had generated basically creates strings, code is just a very long string, right? And she's like, we could feed code samples to this AI, have it train on that data, and then have it try to spit something out. And if it compiles, you could run that and see what it does and hope it doesn't somehow crash your kernel.
All right, so apparently people have attempted to make entire games with AIs. I'm just taking a casual glance on YouTube, and
How many of the AIs went rogue and murdered them?
all of them.
Badass.
Only the ones Microsoft tried to make, and the world was better for it.
I do not remember the solution to the previous one because it is so inelegant.
Here, Miller, I'm dropping a link into chat. They fed it every Game Jam theme ever made.
They were so busy thinking about whether they could, they didn't stop to think about whether they should.
Yeah,
I
they're so
mean,
busy.
there's also the story about the two guys who made a bot that generated like slot games, and it made a new one like every 30 seconds. Built it, compiled it, uploaded it to the App Store, and like set up the monetization for it. And the way it sort of came up with themes is it just scrubbed Google for what were the most popular searches that day.
Right.
I mean, that's one way to do it.
Yeah. Apparently it caused a whole lot of weird things. Who would have thought it would have made a bunch of weird issues
Yeah.
for like their ad manager, because they're just like, it's like most games have like a 7% click-through rate on ads, and for some reason these slot games had like a 40%, and they're just like, we don't know why it's doing that. Why people just decide they want to click on the ads in this game. The only thing they could assume is that the games were so bad that people saw an ad for something even partially interesting and were just like, yes, please, that, take me away.
That's a hilarious thought.
Here, Stoker, I'm sending something to you.
Oh boy. Whoops. Helps if I don't minimize the window. Oh, this thing. Yes, I know
Oh, have
this
you
one.
seen this? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's generated.
Okay, so apparently these are made by a guy. These aren't 100% legitimately AI.
Oh, okay.
It's partially AI, but like it's also like a guy who assembles the stuff he gets from the AI into funniness.
Nice.
And I think this is the same one who did that horror movie one I showed you a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I am Mr. Puzzles.
Yeah, that's generally how a lot of AIs I think nowadays have worked kind of successfully, is that they generate raw ideas from scratch, but then a human goes through and curates them.
Someday
Yeah.
this is going to be just like, this is just going to be consumer products. You know, this is going to be like, they'll just be handled. They'll fine tune it to the point that they can sell stuff, and then they'll just be like creating these things and fabricating them, mass producing them.
Yeah, I want this society where we have like 3D printers that are also hooked up to AIs, so you could just like think of a thing or describe a thing, and it just makes it.
Isn't that how digital art works?
I just
You just hit the make art button. That's how it
Yeah.
works, right? It's that easy, right?
You
stick my
just pour,
thumb on the canvas.
Wait,
you
is
pour
the-
coffee into the Jonas, and the Jonas creates art.
Gotta be
That's
awesome.
the process I've been using for
If
my
it's like-
Jonas.
If it's like shitty coffee, then you get shitty art.
Yeah, it turns out coffee actually has a better fuel efficiency than like kerosene or J1 fuel.
Well, yes, it does when you're trying to stuff it in Jonas.
Yeah.
Jonas doesn't do well with kerosene. Believe me, I've tried.
Yeah, don't feed me kerosene, please.
Especially not after midnight.
Yeah. Caffeine is the ultimate biofuel. You thought all those alien carapaces were it? No, it's coffee.
Thank God our satisfactory cups literally never run dry.
I really hope that. Do they have actual satisfactory mugs? I need a fix-it mug.
Oh, like a physical merch? Maybe. I thought I remember them making a lizard dog plush.
There must be a fix. There we go. There's a fix-it mug. Perfect. Kind of want that.
So, Disruptor, do not make a 3D printer that makes anything that AI just generates. That's how you create a retrovirus that cannot be defeated.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm on it.
You might be missing a few steps there, but yeah, I
Nope, that's it. That's the whole thing.
You were so busy wondering if you could that you didn't stop to think about Jeff Goldblum with his shirt open in Jurassic Park.
Or did we?
Have you seen Mark Zuckerberg? He has never considered Jeff Goldblum with his shirt off.
Mark Zuckerberg doesn't consider human thoughts and human emotions. Mark Zuckerberg is from Innsmouth.
Dude, seriously, he really does look like something is trying really hard to look human, like for real. Hold on, there's just one photo of him. Let me see if I can find.
Yeah, he looked so much better when he was in that one movie, and he had like that shaggy hair and stuff.
Hold on, Mark Zuckerberg on Candy Valley. I need to find that one picture.
Mark Zuckerberg, more like Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg and Zack Snyder star in.
There really is this one picture, though. Here we go. I found it.
I'm glad this amuses you so much, Jonas. I just love the childish delight in your voice.
I sometimes wonder what my neighbors must think of me hearing me randomly like bursting into giggles in the middle of the day.
Do you think they can hear you that well through the walls?
I don't know. I can hear them playing music.
Well, Jonas, this is your music.
Yes.
That you're sharing with them.
I feel blessed that I've lived in this apartment for a full year now, and I've never heard my neighbors. Aside from the one who's directly across the hall from me when she's like outside between our two doorways and is like on a call. That's the only time I've ever heard one of my neighbors.
Fun.
How dare she?
My new neighbors are better than my old neighbors, but that's still not saying very much.
There is a way to break Wallace stop, isn't there?
Well, I mean, you've got swap. I figure some weird combination of moves could put Kiki in the right position to cut through that. I don't know what it is.
Pretty simple.
Ah. Okay.
I'll just walk over here and move these walls, yeah?
Boop, pop. Tick, 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 bang.
However, this layout was aesthetically unpleasing and felt clunky. Eventually, I returned to the level concept I think and managed to set up the idea with just one layer.
Congratulations.
But do you know you even have neighbors who you can't hear them? Yes, because literally the first week I moved in, I said hi to all my neighbors because I'm not a sociopath or antisocial.
Those were just paid actors.
You know, Miller, I appreciate that you do that. I don't think I could do that anymore. I've never felt comfortable doing that these days. Like, I need my neighbors.
Also, this was November of last year, so there was still a pandemic, but.
Oh. I mean, well, I just mean this as like, I knew my neighbors well in the 80s and 90s. After that, I don't know. I stopped being a good neighbor. I felt like, okay, you know, I don't know. It's part of it's because I've moved so much. It's like, okay, I probably won't know these people more than like 9-10 months, you know?
Yeah,
So
I don't feel the desire as strong with being apartment neighbors.
But like back in the day,
I had such good experience with my neighbors when I was growing up.
Yeah, I had so many awesome neighbors growing up on my old street.
Yeah, I like it. There was an old lady next door who used to babysit me.
I had this one neighbor. Well, I should say neighbors. There were a couple, Tony and what was his wife's name? Like Annie or something.
Tonetta.
Tonetta. They always had like little animal crackers for me whenever I came over, and they were super nice and sweet. And I didn't find out until years and years later that he was actually this badass World War II combat pilot. Okay.
Dang.
Like, nice old Tony, who was like, 70 years old when I was a little kid, was like this like super, like super intense Top Gun, just going around blowing up like Hitler.
He was just Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it was literally Tom Cruise. No,
No,
but
I
yeah,
had, my neighbors Andy and Connie, and Andy was 3 things about him. 1, he was a massive cheesehead. Loved the Packers.
Oh, okay, nice.
2, he threw great Oktoberfests every year.
Huh?
And 3, he was like the regional manager for Coca-Cola in the Southwest US or something.
Oh, big wheel. Nice. Nobody.
Jonas, I know what you were thinking at first when Miller said he was a massive cheesehead. I know what you were picturing. I know what was in your head.
Wow.
No, he was not a circle.
No, I was like one of Jonas's like weird comics where someone just inexplicably has like a celery head or something.
Yeah,
I could almost hear that in your brain. Am I wrong?
Well, no. Miller doesn't know about the celery head joke. Actually, I'm not sure any of you know about the celery, well, other than you, Stoke.
Even though I don't know it.
Yeah. But yeah, I miss having like nice, familiar neighbors where you can just go over there and borrow a cup of sugar or whatever.
Yeah, I remember going to my neighbor's once after I had cut my head open on some exercise equipment, and I'm just like, help!
I thought you were going to say after you cut your head off. I'm like, that's definitely needs a Band-Aid.
Had a big old gash in the side, like right to the side of my eye, and I was bleeding pretty profusely. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Help!
God,
did you survive?
You're a nurse, right?
There was one time when we were at Stevie's house, me and my brother. Stevie was like the poor kid the only one who had cable, and like he wanted to impress us with like HBO and stuff. There was all this debris. Have I ever told this story before? There was all this debris, like broken concrete in his backyard. I don't know why. I seriously do not know why there was broken concrete in his backyard, but there was like a pile of it, like a pile of rubble. And me and Stevie and my brother had the brilliant idea to play war.
Oh no.
Which is basically us chucking concrete at each other.
Ouch.
It's such a dumbass little boy thing to do.
So stupid.
What about that game with the sprinkler? Why don't you talk about that?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, this was another thing with Stevie. This was in my backyard. Stevie dared us to do this stupid thing during the summer one day where those sprinklers that like they're sort of like elongate and oscillate, and they can water different, like the water in a moving pattern.
Yeah.
There we go. Nice. Stevie turned off the moving part, so it just shot straight up, and we each took turns like letting this ice cold water spray into our crotches to try and see who could last the longest. So
dumb. It's so dumb. It is such a dumb kid thing to do.
Very much a boys being boys.
Stevie was very good at coming up with stuff like that.
Okay.
My name is Jonas Raccoon. Welcome to Jackass.
Basically, yeah.
This is a weird mechanism.
Okay,
Kikis
skulls
are
down.
raining deadly skulls down this corridor right here.
Kiki unflagging skulls.
Kikis, why'd you become military?
And you can't change any of this mechanic, can you?
Well, there's Is over there. Rock
Is Kiki on flag makes Skull. Kiki is move.
Right.
Skull is down and move
Down,
and
move,
defeat and
defeat,
melt.
and melt. So that's all
And
happening
lava
no
is
matter
hot.
what.
So yeah, that's always going to happen.
Right. So you just got to get it. And Texas push, love is win, and bad is defeat.
Love is always win, Jonas.
So I see Baba is not rock, but we do not have Baba is Baba. So you could probably change Baba to bat. But bat is defeat.
But that really wouldn't matter because I'm not Baba at that point.
Yeah, but then nothing is you.
Dang, this is existential.
Against the vast infinitums of computer logic, nothing is you.
Baba
Because
is not yet. Baba is bat. Bat is rock.
I have no idea with this one.
Rock is Baba. Might want to get Babas into formation first. Nothing else is melt, right?
Doesn't look like it. Wow, this is crazy.
That's Baba. Baba is cray cray.
Oh my god. Is there any way you could?
There we go.
Nice. Oh my god.
That was weird.
That was weird.
I didn't actually look at the commentary. Because it was all the way down there. Why do you put the commentary all the way down there?
Gotta earn it.
You gotta earn that
Baba is-
commentary.
Baba is test you.
Yeah.
Imagine Bob could push our bubbles around. That'd be so surreal.
There are many Babas, but these three are mine.
There are many Babas and many Dooks. See, it's funny because of the Baba Dook.
See, I thought you were going for the,
Ferret noises.
yeah.
Okay, but like Baba is Dook 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 would be adorable. Actually, let's do that.
Okay, we did.
Rick, scrap the entire house pet story arc. I have an idea.
Hey, what's this about canon?
Okay, what's the commentary?
What did it say?
This level was in the game on release. I ultimately replaced it because the section it was in was supposed to feature facing, and this one doesn't. It's also fairly noisy and chaotic. What's wrong with noisy and chaotic? Baba Fields. I remember this one too.
I do too, actually.
Further Fields, which is generally considered one of the tougher levels in the base game, started as a variant for Baba Fields. The level was cut due to not offering much of anything new.
Well, yes, Frederick, there can be levels that are harder or more chaotic. But if they're harder or more chaotic, but they have an interesting concept to them, then they're going to be worth it. What he's saying is that it was hard and chaotic and it didn't add anything new. There's no real redeeming quality to it, so that's why he dropped it. It existed and it worked, but it wasn't anything to write home about, and that's the main thing. If the level isn't adding anything to the overall experience of the game, then it's just filler. And despite having hundreds of levels, you don't want to have any of them be filler. Alright, it's just about midnight. I need to get going because I am currently falling asleep in my computer chair.
Oh no, Miller.
Don't fall
I've
asleep in the...
I've been up since 5 a.m. I would like to go to bed.
All right, all right.
Take it
I
easy.
get-
Geez, 5 a.m. is often when I am going to bed.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
No, my sleep schedule's been weird. Like 2 weeks ago, I was like almost nocturnal, and now I'm just like, I'm gonna loop it back around, and now I'm like waking up really early, and then like I'm falling asleep at like 8 p.m., and I'm just like, this is weird.
I have done that too at certain points whenever I've decided to try to adjust my sleep schedule. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be fully diurnal.
All right, well.
You know, there's that theory that some people are just hardwired that way as kind of a natural night watch sort of thing.
You know,
In my opinion, that is more
I'm
than a
convinced
theory.
my circadian rhythm is 26 hours long, and so it will never match up to anything.
I definitely think that's more than a theory because I was literally born this way. And nothing has ever been made. I've been able to temporarily change it for things like school and work, but nothing has ever been able to make me do it permanently.
Right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Good night, Miller.
Alright.
And then there were...
5.
Yes, thank you.
Each for a finger.
What'd you say about a finger?
Each one for a finger. Dee 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 dee.
Yes, Frederick, I know my ideas sound because I remember the first version of this level. It's the harder version of this level, and I remember how I did it. I just do not remember precisely what it was that it was doing.
When it comes to sleep with me, though, it's pretty much time-based. Like, turn a clock, I gotta change it. But the other thing, too, is that, and it's not something I do these days, but I gotta wear myself out to get some sleep.
That's
If only
understandable.
computers could do it better than, geez, going out for walks and running and all that, and do the exercise. Not that I don't do exercise, but
You're
definitely
like,
do exercise.
ugh, exercise, jeez.
My schedule, excuse me. My schedule skews late because of the coffee I drink, but
Yeah.
No kidding.
but I've noticed that eventually I do just kind of poop out. You know, it's still it's earlier than you might think.
Not sure the other orientation does any better.
I have to send you. This is apropos of nothing, sir, but I have to send this to you.
Okay, you did.
Oh, Rick, we just hit midnight.
Yep. I'm almost done with it.
Okay.
Or is it almost done with you?
It's Baba and his band. The Bobbles.
The bobbles. Bubble and the bobbles. They're full of weebles and wobbles.
All right. So I'll kind of eyeballing the satisfactory mug.
Alright, what if I just do? I can't do it in that orientation. Die, Baba.
Oh no, Bob's dead. Who knew?
Baba is die. Welcome to die. Oops.
Okay. I just need to align the Babas in such a way that when they hit the other wall, they'll just push Kiki Izu back into position.
Alright.
Just gotta get all your Babas in a row.
Yeah, I was in a basket.
Get all the babas in the habba gobba baba. Blah, blah, blah.
You said
You
it.
said it.
Jonas. And then together we said it. Hmm. Hmm.
Uh,
Puzzles are getting tougher.
Ain't that always the way?
I found a Baba Is You sticker on Redbubble that just says "Game is hard."
Of course you did. Of course you did. There could be no more honest sticker.
And we find out Japan says, "Hey, you guys find this game hard?"
There's also a mug that says "Tea is drink."
What if he drank Bubba?
Well, it's got little squishy balls in it. It's Baba tea. Hee hee.
There's a pillow that says "Kick is sleep."
Aww.
I had that miss. No Babas. Back.
West is making a face. Oh, nice! Damn! Came in clutch. All right.
Well done.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Rick
Clap
is
emoji.
smart.
Even Dart.
Can we get a few
That was
clap
complicated.
emojis? Oh no! Oh Lord!
We had
All right.
silent faith in you.
What a great thing to start next time with.
Yeah.
well done. Well done. Very well done. And
We
guess
leave
Well
as
done.
we leave just as Frederick says. Now you're playing the unsolvable level. Oh my!
the
I don't know. I
unsolved.
guess we'll just have to find a solution.
Next time.
Next time on Game Grumps.
Yeah. It's...
That would be fun.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna
Okay.
happen. Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Good
All right.
night.
Have a good
Have
one.
a good night, all.